Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Brock Purdy, the Niners, keep it rolling. So impressive on so many different levels. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder, the Quarterback School Patreon community. Never been cheaper, never been more content available over there. If you're looking for even more Quarterback School content, you want to support the channel, it is a great way to do it. That group really is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. So if you're interested in supporting, hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy and the Niners are rolling. I'm not going to lie. For me, it's crazy impressive how well Brock Purdy is playing and how well the 49ers are playing offensively. They've got some great weapons. We're going to dive into the wild card round, how it went down versus Seattle, and kind of peel back the layers. This thing has the potential to be pretty detailed, a little bit longer than normal. Now, to get going, this thing was wet. It looked wet on the All-22. So I'm not going to freak out over the fact that we missed some throws early. If you haven't ever gone out there and tried to throw a wet leather ball, it's not the most enjoyable experience in the world. For me, I think the thing to pay attention to here as far as, Purdy, the 49ers offense, they had some dudes running wide ass open. Now, is it because of their personnel or because of who they were playing? I'm not going to sit here and make a definitive statement one way or the other. I am going to state that they kept attacking the middle of the field, and these guys were wide ass open. And it was on with post in, post over, flag in, over and over and over. But right here, to me, whether this is nervy or wet ball, I think if you play quarterback long enough, you're going to say, I've been there. Okay, it's not a good feeling throwing a wet ball, having that thing spin out of your hand, bottom of the screen, miss, touchdown on a corner. Now, I don't know Seattle's personnel on the back end. I'm sure they're dealing with issues, but 27 did not have a great day of playing DB in the NFL. That's me putting it as nicely as I possibly can. For Purdy here, again, to me, this is just an underthrown miss. The ball maybe is a little flat, maybe is a little late. I also think sometimes when guys pop this wide open, at the snap, there's nothing for me to say, hey, I'm going to get this corner at the bottom of the screen essentially wide ass open, because we've got some eye discipline issues. If they're playing some iteration of man, and he's got his eyes back here trying to run with a corner, it's easy for me to sit here with a marker clicker, dry, in a nice hoodie and say, hey, we got to make this throw. But I think more than anything else, the timing of this thing is a little janky for me. So, I don't think the slider or sinker snap helps, but throw it. It's like a hitch too late, which makes it a little bit harder than it has to be. Then you got to put it a little flatter. I think the one thing here, when you look at Brock Purdy, and again, I'm acknowledging the weather is an issue early here. This wouldn't be what you would categorize as his strength, being able to rip these balls down the field outside the numbers. So again, just being really intentional with getting it out on time on the correct hitch, which I think he has a great ability to do. It just doesn't happen right here and early in this game. So one hitch too many. 27's able to recover, save the day. Next one here, 3rd and 2. This is an important one to pay attention to for me. This ball gets defended, knocked down, 57. However you want to categorize the extra linebacker, rat, thief, whatever, he's reading Purdy's eyes and makes a break on this slant. Now, I think the thing to pay attention to for me is a few things. This happens a few times in this game. We're going to call this the slant. We're going to call everyone manned up here. Okay? We're manned up across the board. Man. And so for me, the verbiage that we're going to use in this video is a rat or thief. Okay, this is an extra player, extra linebacker. This is the middle field safety. So this rat or thief, this extra player in the middle, is going to read Purdy's eyes. So if he comes down here and looks this way, he's going to move and try to take away and help there. And it essentially is like a pseudo double team. So again, most oftentimes you'll get outside leverage by these inside defenders in man coverage, trying to funnel you in because they've got that rat or thief and that post safety. So he does a really nice job. 57 does a nice job, and Purdy doesn't really help himself with how quickly he gets over there. But for me, I would love, if I'm coaching quarterbacks in San Francisco, I'm saying, hey, you got to have an awareness of that extra player, and then don't feel like you have to force it, because if you don't force it, you've got McCaffrey down here on a linebacker type running a short in. So slant no, in yes. And again, it's third and short. It's easy for me to say with a clicker, thank you very much. Just watch 57. And he Purdy tries to hold his eyes. You can see the stripe here a little bit. Look to the right. But it's a quick game. You got to get over there quickly. If you think 57 can make a play on the ball, come off of it, even if he doesn't touch the ball there, I'm not sure that's a completion. It looks like it's probably a little bit behind him and or startles 15. So just playing through these things early. But we come into our own here pretty quickly. A little scramble here for a touchdown to McCaffrey. Again, outstanding decision making. Certainly has a little bit more wiggle, twitch, kind of change of direction than I think most people probably thought. And he can create down here. So no, the decision making is outstanding. The ability to create, guys around him, keeping plays alive. This is really impressive stuff for me, to not force things in the red area, to be able to buy enough time. And we'll talk a little bit more about those plays as we get going here in this video, but this is something that anybody who plays the 49ers has to have a plan with, because he does this too well. He's creating, he's making good decisions, and they're scoring too many easy touchdowns like that. Next one, big in up top. Okay, again, a flag at the bottom. This is just way too much space in the middle of the field. And nice throw from Purdy. Now seems a little bit more comfortable, potentially a little bit more dry. Also always helps. The play action, the kind of game plan, the way that they're able to layer shift, movement, horizontal eye tests for defenders. 34 is lost. We got defenders running all over the place. And we really got guys wide ass open over the middle of the field. So if you're going to have guys robot and go try to hunt up ins, meaning that if we're going to get this deep in up top, and we already talked about how they're getting to it, right? So far we've seen a flag, we've seen 2 flags. Later in the game they'll have a miscommunication post we'll take a peek at. But if you're going to ask your defenders here to have all this eye candy in front of them, horizontal stretch, split flow inside action, and they're going to turn and run to robot or go find those crossers, hunters, you can't have them run the wrong way, because that ends up creating just an even bigger void over here. So, what was going on defensively for Seattle could probably be a whole nother video. But we've got guys just running to nowhere, covering no one. And we're taking advantage of it down the field. It's a really nice job from Purdy. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world here, to do this play action, go one way, come back and throw an in back the other way, and throw a really nice strike. It's also really nice pass protection. So it can be all of those things. And now we're rolling a little bit. Next one here, 2nd and 12. We're going to scramble for a first down. Okay. I personally love this little sweetness shuffle he does when he gets out in the open field. Okay. Looks like he's getting comfortable. He's coming into his own a little bit. It does not rub me the wrong way at all. I'm going to preface that by saying, I can tell you almost certainly that people in defensive rooms across the league are not going to love this. This little yeet right there, I'm just telling you. Okay, don't come sideways at me. Okay, I'm telling you, that's going to rub some people the wrong way. And we're going to see what it looks like for defenses playing him in the next couple of weeks, if they keep winning, what that looks like, because people are not going to sleep on his ability to create with his feet. I think it's one of his strongest attributes right now, his ability to make plays, great decision making, not forcing balls down the field. There's no crazy turnovers, but that we'll see. That's all I'm saying. Next one, big miscommunication down here to the bottom of the field. So this has the potential to be a touchdown to Ayuk if he keeps running. Okay, this is a good example of how you potentially get in someone's doghouse, or were in someone's doghouse for a long time. This to me is a poor understanding of ball, quitting on a route, all bad. Okay, I love the vision from Purdy here, and I do not like the read. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that we're trying to throw this post off motion. Okay. Not the easiest route in the world to run. Okay, we're going to come out here and big post, kind of spray post off motion. Not easy to do. Okay, let me acknowledge that. Okay, motion, spray post. To me, middle field closed. Oftentimes this will be referred to as a post safety, to take away the post. So off pre-snap, I don't love the idea to throw a post. You'll see here, this over is wide ass open. So if you were to just go off normal rules here, post safety, no post, this over is going to be a massive hit. Okay, so I don't like the read, but I do like the vision. And the vision is this post safety settles and almost inverts, replaces on the over. So he comes down to try to take the over late, and this post is there if he runs. Okay, so it can be both. Okay, it's a little counterintuitive. Love the vision, don't love the read. That's what it means. Watch that post safety and kind of indecisiveness. He's going to come down, and now you've got that post if IU keeps running. So yeah, the over's there in a clean picture look, but he saw that safety come out of the roof. So these, to me, these are not all bad plays. These are things where I love the vision. I love what he's seeing, how he's seeing the game. They're just not quite on the same page. And Ayuk just quit on the route. Unacceptable. Next one here. I love this design. I really do. Shift, motion. Then we're going to check or alert it. And then we're going to motion again. All to throw a PRO, pass run option dart in the second window. That's a mouthful for me, let alone to execute it as a rookie in the playoffs. Ballin'. This is outstanding football. Shift. There's the shift to I. There's the motion. We're then going to alert this thing. Alert, alert. We get the look we want. PRO, pass first, run second. Motion, second window, dart. Oh, man. It's like an orchestra. It's simply outstanding. Offensive structure, design, play creation, and execution. Okay, so it can be all of those things. So again, we shift. We motion. We're really another shift. We're then going to check. Okay, you see him go to his head. Everybody relays the signal. Alert, 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 alert. It's going to turn into a one-step slant. I'm calling it a second window because the first window is not there with this edge player. So no to this first window, yes to the second window. And we're going to motion. Again, a little fuzz motion. Full back to the Z. You're welcome. A lot of moving parts to throw a dart to a running back, y'all. Locked in, dialed up, outstanding. So for me here, whatever the look is that they're trying to get to here on this bear, but if you've got a linebacker, well, they're a little confused here playing linebacker, but this post snap kind of, I like this look right here. I mean, that linebacker 34 is, in the B- gap there maybe. Just outstanding. Great poise, no panic. Next one here, 3rd and 3. We're going to get another pass defended on the slant. This time number 58 is the rat or thief in the middle. Up top, same slant kind of return action we'll see later. But for me, this is one of those things where now we've seen this twice in the same half. 58 makes a nice play, but we just can't do this. And you can see Purdy trying to look him off. He really does try to look him off here. Watch that white stripe. See him try to move 58. 58 moves a little, and then he's able to come back. And you just don't have that kind of, elite arm strength where you're going to rip it into a tight window. So you just have to say no and come back to the other side, or come back to the return of Kittle coming out of it. Because I love the fact that he is moving him, right? Like 58 moves, but it's still not good enough. So concept-wise here, this is a really, really important one for me because, yeah, it's a pass defended, but we'll see later that there's learning going on. So here's that slant. And whatever concept they call this, I've never really seen it or played it before. This little fake, like you're running out, return loop. Okay, so I'm going to guess that this thing is 1 to 2. Usually probably paired with something on the other side, some concept to potentially give you something coming back the other way. Okay, but to me, this ball probably should go to Kittle. And again, easy for me to say, but play it out up top. Again, it's just knowing where the bones are buried when you're attacking the middle of the field and you catch this rat thief coverage, which is essentially man with an extra player in the whole box area. So you can see 57 locked into McCaffrey. It's man-to-man. 58's the extra player. He's reading the eyes. He can make a play on the ball, and they did it to you twice in the first half. Next one, 1st and 10, deep in, again up top. Again with a flag to the bottom. I mean, just attacking the middle of the field. Where is the depth by the second level of the Seattle's defense? It's non-existent. It's non-existent. White sleeves out there just not giving us anything. Just way too easy. I mean, wide ass open, but you're almost shocked that they go to it so many times that you're almost shocked that they don't call it every pass play. I mean, there is just so much space. It's just way too easy. I mean, I can't overemphasize how simple this concept is in the NFL, that the fact that it's this open, and whether you call this an in or whether you get there with like a crosser rules or over, and it really doesn't matter what's over here. You can have a flag, you can get to the post, give you different options versus different looks, but there's nothing about this condensed set that should allow this much space to be available for you to throw over the ball. 7-step drop from under center. It's like a dinosaur. It's crazy. And it, certainly acknowledging the fact that there were some issues on the back end coverage-wise. But Brock Purdy dealing. I mean, you're not going to apologize for the guy being wide-ass open. I love it. Next one, 2nd and 10. This to me is a miss glance up top, but it's a miss I like because there's anticipation. They're just not on the same page. I don't necessarily love the route and the details of the route that we'll see from the wide again, but he throws this thing with anticipation. He just doesn't put it where they want. They don't hook it up. But for me here, I thought originally it was a fake screen, but it's just a one-step smoke out here. And then when I say I don't love the route, to me, this is just some iteration of middle field closed with some glance or bang 8. And you're trying to hit this thing on time right here. Well, that's kind of the whiteboard drawing of it. What he ends up doing here is kind of jacking with the stem, getting up to the numbers, and then almost like weird gate coming out of it at the top as well. So I think if he runs it like the yellow line, it's a nice hookup for a big play. He runs it like the blue line, it's a little bit more kind of all over the place. We're not on the same page. So see him kind of like widen. That to me is not a real spray bang 8. That's kind of like a rolled, almost like, I guess maybe they could be calling it a spray. I just don't love the stem here at the start of this thing. Up, because that's wide open. That's not wide open. That's open. That's big open in the NFL. But again, the anticipation, when does he go throw this thing? Before the guy comes out of it, he's separated right there. So I love the anticipation. They just don't hook it up. And it looks like he slips a little bit maybe. So I don't love this initial stem and the slip at the top. Yeah, he does slip a little bit. But I do love the anticipation. And I love his decisiveness, being able to recognize the coverage, to be able to look off. I mean, look at him looking off. It's pretty savvy. Look off to our left, come back, rip it to the right. With anticipation? I mean, so impressive on so many different levels. 3rd and 10 here, quick snap. The defense is confused. A little bit unlucky for the 49ers, in my opinion, which is weird to say after a big 3rd and 10 conversion. A nice little punt return left. But Seattle continues to be confused and letting people run wide ass open on the back end of these coverages. So it's going to be one of those things where they just miss the number 2 up top. Now, watch the operation here. Watch the center. So the defense isn't lined up. Center quick snaps. Now, I think if I'm coaching defense, to me, that center's not set. He just catches it and goes. I'm pretty sure the center has to be set for a second or a count. Watch the number 2 up top. Okay, don't be the person that screenshots me that mailbox right there and says, he should have thrown it there. Bad read, bro. Okay, now what this play is this is an iteration of 4 verticals. You can see the bones of it, right? Coming across here, the wide-ass open guy. I think McCaffrey was in the backfield, so he's getting up the seam. That's the bones of 3x1, 4 verticals. The ball ends up going to the shallow. It's a hell of a catch. It really is. And then the part that I like about it is Kittle, it's kind of like a backed up shallow. Again, that return loop to come back across. So this is a nice little addition to a play that's been around for a long time. 3x1 with a shallow. Again, a little bit unlucky for me 49ers wise that he doesn't just kind of see that wide receiver pop. But again, that's kind of the negative effect to not getting a great read on these quick counts. So again, watch how quickly the center snaps this ball. Hand off the ball. Everyone else is set. Go. There's probably not even a verbal cadence. That's a hell of a catch. Big play. Obviously, dudes on the perimeter. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. It means a lot to me. So thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing it across your platforms. I appreciate it. In addition, the Quarterback School Patreon community. Again, you know about it. Never been cheaper. Never been more content available. Great way to support the channel. The link is in the video description. Hop over there. Join. In addition, the Quarterback School courses. Probably the premium content available through the channel. Got a bunch of different courses on all of my favorite football subjects, RPOs, tempos, pass protections, how to be different coverage. We even have an entire offense. So if you're interested in any and all of those things, the links are in the video description. And then finally, we've got a bunch of additional free resources available. We've got a Pass Pro Quiz. We've got a play calling tool. We even have a free course on the quick game. So if you're interested in any and all of those resources, the links are in the video description. I appreciate the support for the channel. As for this one, let's get back to the video. All right, now we're into the second half and we're rolling. We've got it in to Kittle. And again, we're getting absolutely no depth from our Tampa 2 hook defender up top. And it's just the space down the field from Seattle. I mean, it's too easy over the ball. This is absolutely outstanding pass protection all day. I mean, we can sit back there, be comfortable. We're not getting hit, and we're just dealing, throwing strikes down the field. Again, if structure-wise here, if you're going to get to split field coverage, middle field open, okay, and you're going to ask, we'll say some iteration of Tampa 2 with how this guy turns and plays this thing, it's hard, in my opinion, to ask your hook defenders to be on the line of scrimmage and get depth. Okay, so we're able to come up here from Kittle and come all the way across because the guy who potentially should be there is standing at the line of scrimmage at the start of the play. So, this isn't D structure school, but it's a tough ask for me. Way too much space, way too much time in the pocket, way too easy. And we'll talk a little bit about potentially how the 49ers are going to have to kind of adjust moving forward at the end of this thing, but to me, that's holding on to the ball all day. Too easy, dealing. Next one here, 3rd and 7. This is my second favorite play of the day. Lesson learned. Okay, we've already had 2 slants knocked down. Up top, trying to get the slant to McCaffrey. No, boom, back to Samuel. Whether that's a slant or a little wrap in, it's the same type of play. And we're reading number 57. He's that rat or thief. We've had knocked the ball down multiple times already. Okay, watch 57. Got him. Watch how quickly Purdy does it. He goes right. No, boom, back to left. Little crazy arm angle, falling away. That dude's pretty good with the ball in his hands. Hell yes. So again, to me, the reason this is my second favorite play is this is learning in real time, y'all. This is outstanding quarterbacking. Whether this is a slant or we'll call it an in, it doesn't really matter. Wrap in. Here's that loop return again. Here's that rat or thief. Here's the extra player. So if he comes this way, he moves this way, he's already knocked down 2 balls, right? This player has already made this play twice. So now on the backside, we've got this little hard shallow coming across. So he's able to go 1, no. Flip your hips all the way to the other side. 2, yes. In real time, in the same game, we're getting that much better. This is outstanding. Could you put it on Kittle? Maybe. I love it. I love it so much, man. That is absolutely world-class learning in real time. So not only are we playing well and we're winning, we're getting better in the same game. No to the right, yes to the left. That quick, that decisive, giving our guys a chance. making big plays on third down. Love it. Next one. This one we get a little bit of lucky. Start of the fourth. I'm not sure what 27 is doing up top again. Probably the middle field safety thinks he should probably make a play on this ball as well. The ball's not put where he wants, but it's still a big chunk. Still got great vision. I can't imagine that they thought they were going to get him popped open like this, running this play. I mean, it's okay to be a little bit lucky too. If the defender could play the ball or catch, he'd be playing offense. The ball obviously brings him a little bit inside. Not a perfect throw. Not the easiest throw in the world. But I don't think we need to go into a full panic that it wasn't a perfect throw and not a touchdown. What exactly they're asking here, or they're thinking that they're going to get. I'm assuming they're thinking they're getting Ayuk again in the middle of the field, like they've been attacking all day, every day, and that thing just pops up top. So, what is this guy doing? I can't tell you. This route probably shouldn't be there. Again, this safety, in my opinion, should probably make this play. So both these guys should make this play. I'm guessing that this thing is called for this right here to come up here, just like we've been doing all day, every day during this game. I mean, this thing has been like an in middle of the ball clinic, but it just pops. Ball brings him inside just a little, still good enough. Good enough is good enough too. Sometimes I think people freak out that it's not perfect all the time, every time. I love the vision here. I love the aggressiveness. Got the arm to get that thing in there. Good for us. Next one here, 2nd and 7, touchdown. Scramble. Now, does he have an Ayuk up top in the back shoulder? I probably think he does. He probably gets off of him a little. You got the left tackle getting walked back into your lap. I think when we see the wide here, does he see it right on time? I think he probably just feels 51, gets out of there. But his ability to create and the poise not to panic and just find these kind of like scramble checkdowns, it's pretty crazy. I think if he had to play this play again and the pass protection was perfect right here, that this ball kind of overreacts from the corner, and this ball kind of goes right on him, kind of back shoulder, front pylon right here for a touchdown. But if that's not there, so whatever, it's blurry. We can't see it. This guy's in our lap. No panic. Almost never panic, right? I mean, create. No panic. Get out of there. Got the quickness to do that. Got the vision. Off-platform flick. Awesome celebration. There's just so much that kind of just jumps off the film when you're talking about poise, playmaking ability, and really the playmaking ability in the red zone, that kind of medium red zone to create some of these easy touchdown passes are pretty wild. Next one here, 2-point. Kittle down here to the bottom, quick out. This is just big boy ball. Get off me, quick out, jump, face, catch. Too big. Too big for safeties, too fast for linebackers. Can't handle. Great release. Love it. Now, again, we're going to turn this into a drinking game at some point on this channel, but I draw up some iteration of this play almost every other video. So tight red area, we're going to have something whether this is a choice, whether this is an option right here, they tight split it and run essentially a quick out. Oftentimes you'll see a wide receiver out here and they'll run kind of this like slant out down here. This is almost universally paired with an over and a back line. Okay, you're welcome. You can call plays in the tight red area now for the NFL. Pretty awesome. So if it wasn't there, you see Samuel screaming across, and Ayuk working the back line. Love it. Awesome 2-pointer. Just watch Purdy here. Just kind of like, he knows where he's going. Drop it down. Put it right on him. Easy. Make the layups. Next one here, 2nd and 8. This is an absolute massive touchdown. Okay, a little unique how they get here for me at the bottom of the screen. To me, this is a shallow route that gets hit for this thing, which turns into being punt return left with some great blocks from Kittle and Ayuk right here. This is an amazing block by Ayuk. 27 again. Not good. But right here, Purdy, again, certainly got the athleticism to be off the launch point, little naked keeper. Again, that's wide ass open, right? And this is the best in the business, running with the ball in his hands. That's too easy. Hit the Jets. See ya. Now, when I say a little unique scheme-wise here, I don't necessarily love this naked keeper, but again, I never played with guys like this per se, as far as this to me is a shallow. So anytime you're going to have some iteration of, let's just call this naked keeper to the left, okay, however you get there, you're almost universally going to have something in the flat, someone in the over, and someone deep to the corner to the post. That's kind of how it works out. For this play, how they get here, normally, I think like sneak flat or hide flat here by the sniffer type, but that's not what they do. They ask Samuel to be the flat player from all the way over here. He's that fast. So he goes first to the flat. That's crazy speed. Then we've got the over from Kittle. And then we've got Ayuk deep. So just the way that they get there, the structure of it, it's not mini camp 1 install. Again, you can see how this thing kind of overlaps. And so the robot 58 sees Kittle. He's locked in on Kittle. He's not locked in on Samuel running the shallow. That's a hell of a catch, and this is a hell of a block. So you can be pissed at him for turning down the post, but you got to celebrate the hell out of that block. He knows it too right there. Just love it. Love the construction of it, the motion, shift, look at me, but we're back the other way. Hell of a catch. Nice job from Kittle not killing him. And then that is a hell of a block. And 27, rough day. Rough day all around. Next one here, 3rd and 7. I love the out to number 3 up top. I just love the rhythm that Purdy's playing with right here. 3rd and 7. Simple, clean, let it come out on time. Race to the pylon. First down. Just outstanding execution and 3rd down. There's nothing easy about ripping outs and 3rd medium in the NFL. He's making it look easy. Almost takes out Pete. So again, shift, 3-by-1. How they end up getting here, let these guys go on whatever they kind of operate as clears, and then we're going to come out and just run that out right at the sticks. And again, the drop here is no hitch. So he hits that back foot, and the ball is coming out, lined up, accurate. Again, it doesn't have to be a fastball. It doesn't have to be a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Right here, 92 works great. Right on him. Boom. First down. Just keep the chains moving, keep the pressure on, and just close this thing out the right way. I just love the rhythm of it. Watch the rhythm of it. Boom. Totally imbalanced. Doesn't feel rushed. Just throwing strikes. Next one here, 3rd and 10. This is probably my favorite play. Saw my man Croc calling Mini Mahomes. We don't hook this thing up, whether Ayuk drops this or whether 57 gets a little finger on it. I don't really care. This is a hell of a play. This is a hell of a play at any level. Pop Warner, high school, college, NFL for sure. Again, red area, nothing there, no force, no bad decision. Got the quicks, the wiggles, the athleticism to create. Right here, and then the throw. Is it touched? If you're watching this, you probably saw the broadcast. I didn't see the broadcast. I'm guessing that it's touched right there, but it still hits him in the damn hands. That's a straight up laser. That's an amazing play. Y'all, that is a crazy play. And again, we're in the same area of the field where he continues to create like this. So someone's going to have a plan. These defensive linemen, watch the defensive linemen. Watch 95. They're not just going to allow him to just kind of turn down and chill. You're going to have a plan to keep this guy smothered in this area of the field because he just creates too much. He creates too many of these easy touchdown opportunities. And they don't even hook them all up. That's the crazy part. His best one is what I'm going to call a drop. This is crazy. Reverse the field, they get to the left again. This little multiple moves on this, that and then this one, to throw a strike. So that is a wrap. Super wild card weekend. Bryce Purdy, the Niners rolling on offense. Bit of a slow start, whether it was wet or whether we were a little nervy, whatever. I don't care. Rolling offensively. So many weapons. But while you're here, while I'm here, is the quarterback play. And Brock Purdy doing this as a rookie, doing what he's doing. Okay, let's not worry about necessarily what he didn't do or what they maybe got a little bit lucky on certain plays. What he's doing, the poise, the decision making, the creativity, the playmaking ability in the red area. It's crazy good on so many different levels. And it's fun as hell to watch too, to appreciate it in real time. Not only the playmaking ability, but I really loved the in-game learning that came in this game. So it was just a blast to watch. I'm going to be fascinated to see how the league tries to defend him. And really, they have to defend him. I know that the weapons on the perimeter get a lot of attention, and rightfully so. But what he does creating, specifically in the red area, someone has to be able to try to stop. I'm not sure how you do. I think you try to make things a little bit more difficult between the 20s as far as a little bit tighter coverage if you can, and not make things so easy over the ball with some of those deep in crossers and big plays. But when you get down to the tight red area or the red area, you got to make them kick field goals. And I think the way that you try to do that or structure it is to not allow Purdy to just be a point guard back there and essentially run around and find someone wide ass open for a touchdown. And they didn't even hit all of them. The best one, I think, didn't get hit. So just so much fun and so impressive to see a rookie, Bryce Purdy, playing at such a high level with a bunch of talent around him for an organization that seems like they are surging and going in the right direction. I'm fired up to see how this thing goes through the entire playoffs. Thank you so much for hanging to the end of the video. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.